So today I'm going to be teaching you guys how I did this triple V split on this tumbler. I will be putting the items that I used in the description below. Also as well, this glitter is a mix that I mixed with a few of the glitters that I do have in stock on my website. I have not decided if I was going to launch this color or not yet, but we will definitely talk about that later. So let's get started on how I made this beauty. So this vinyl I did get a few months back at Michael's, and I decided today that I was going to use it. So what I'm doing here is I'm lining up the cup with the vinyl so that I can cut it perfectly into the exact length of the cup. So here I did wrap the cup just to make sure that I had it evenly perfect so that I did not have to go back and cut off a lot. So here what I like to do is I like to peel it from the backing and kind of flip it and basically fold it so that once I start placing it on the cup, it's easy for me to roll it on there. Once you have it lined up evenly, you can check, and you want to push down so that you don't catch any air bubbles as you are wrapping the cup. And I do like to go from the center out so that there's no bubbles. And later on, you won't have to worry about any bubbles. If you do get a bubble, you can go in with an X-Acto knife and just do a little slice in the bubble, and it will literally just poof, be gone. I do suggest here that you do take your time so that you don't get bubbles, because bubbles really do suck. And there you have it. Super easy, wrapped, no bubbles, don't have to worry about it. Here I did kind of bend it a little bit, but you know what? It was a fail for me. I actually did not like bending it so that I could go in and cut it. I should have just done what I was going to do, which was painter's tape, and then just cut it. But I'm going to show you that next coming up. So here I did exactly what I did not want to do. I should have put the painter's tape on, but you know, here we are. So here we go into the struggle. So this is where I decided to take painter's tape, and I was like, nah, you know what? I'm just gonna tape it off and slice it out. I do suggest as you're doing this to pull really tight and try to keep the line as straight as possible. And now we're gonna slice, 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 slice. I must say, I have tried many X-Acto knives, but this one from Cricut, I think, is my all-time favorite. So once you've finished your slicing, you can just go in and pull your painter's tape off, and you will see the most beautiful, straight, sexy line you will ever see in your entire life. So here I did kind of push it down a little bit just to make sure so that later on I don't have any of the vinyl rising up on me. And here we go now for the fun part. FYI, this cup cradle that I did get is actually from my friend Chrissy at Sugar and Spice Co. So here now I'm going to show you guys how I do my V-split. Enjoy and let me know what you think in the comments as well. Just an FYI, I am a perfectionist and I'm super OCD. So I can tell you that I've probably lifted this painter's tape probably like 3 or 4 times, but I wasn't going to show you that. I am human though, just saying. So now that we got the first V-split going on, I'm going to start on the second one, and I will let you guys watch how I did it. It's really super easy. It's really not hard. And on top of that, you will be able to, it doesn't matter if you overlap, you will be able to go in later, and I'm going to show you guys how I lightly cut it so that you were able to pull off the painter's tape and you have perfect V's. I did make sure, for me at least, I left at least a 1/2 inch between each V-split so that I was able to go in and have it basically all the same size and that it looked perfectly even throughout the cup. Here I am going to speed it up for you guys. I'll slow it down once I start slicing again so that you guys can see how it's done. Well, 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 will you look at that? So here I took my X-Acto knife and I am slicing through the vinyl so that the vinyl, when I lift the painter's tape, it all comes off at once. I am going to speed it up for you guys, and enjoy this part. So here you will see that I was able to pull the painter's tape and the vinyl all at one shot. So this part, let's speed it up and get her done. After I pulled this piece off, I did realize that the vinyl came up a little bit, but if you just push, 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 it will just stick right back onto the cup. And now we're ready to apply our glitter. So here I did lay a piece of parchment paper so that I can catch all my glitter and later on be able to transfer it back into the bottle, because if not, it'll be all over my floor, my cat, and my husband. So here I'm gonna take my acrylic paint that I decided to use just so that it has kind of like a base, and I also mixed it with my Crystal Lac clear glitter adhesive. You know what? Words are hard. We're just gonna totally ignore the language I have going on. You know, I'm Puerto Rican. It happens. And right here, we're gonna mix. 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 Ooh! So now that we have it all mixed, I am going to apply it. Try not to use too much because you don't want it to run. And I do suggest, I do have a really good hand for straight lines. But this brush I don't know if I got it at Michael's or if I got it at Walmart. These paintbrushes are amazing. And I will link them below because if I'm not mistaken, if I didn't get them there, then I absolutely got them on Amazon. And I will place the link to my Amazon store down in the description. what I love about using the glitter glue from Crystalac, that if you get a little bit on the vinyl, that's okay, because you can just literally wipe it with your finger and bam, gone. So you want to make sure that you apply your glitter really fast so that it does not dry up on you. Here we're going to give it a little tap, tap, tap in the booty. And I wiped it down with a napkin because I'm just OCD like that. So this is just a suggestion. You don't have to do it like me, but I tend to do one basically strip at a time. I did not want to just paint it all so that later on any parts were dry. I wanted to do it as it was wet. So here I'm going to show you guys how much of a mess I am. I literally grabbed the spoon that I mix my glitters with when I make custom mixes. And I just tapped the bottom because I just didn't want to fight with glitter on my hands later. Here I go with the tap, 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 tap in. No, just kidding. So I did realize that the other parts were a little dry. So I went in with a brush just to kind of brush off the excess off of the vinyl before I put it to the side to let it dry for 2 hours before I applied another layer of just plain Crystalac glitter glue with the glitter. I told you. So here we are 2 hours later, and I am applying the Crystalac glitter glue again. And I'm going over my glitter just so that I can add another layer of glitter so that it's super saturated. And even though some people say, oh, you know, I painted it, I don't have to do another layer. I like to do 2 layers of glitter just because that's me. And I just, you know what? I really honestly do like glitter. I just don't like it all over my hands. I know. Such a crazy thing as a tumbler maker. So after I applied my second layer of glue and glitter, I let it dry for about 2 to 3 hours. And then once that was done, I decided to hit it with the Crystalac glitter glue all over the entire cup. So once you seal it, you do want to make sure that it's dry. Once it is dry, after the 2 to 3 hours, then we can move it on to the turner. So here is where I'm going to apply my epoxy. I do use the CCDIY. This one is the fast set. I did use it because I know that I want to be able to show you guys in about 2 to 3 hours how I can apply the decals or the colorful tape that we are going to put on this cup today. I also wanted to show you how I apply my epoxy. I do like to apply upward because of the simple fact is I don't want a big cleanup later on after the cup is basically finished. So once all the epoxy is there, I let it sit for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then I go in with my heat gun about 6 or 7 inches away from the cup just to make sure that if there's any bubbles, they are gone. So I did 2 coats of my epoxy, and now we are going to go in and apply our decals. I do want to let you know that I was going to use cut vinyl that I had cut with my silhouette, but then I decided, and I totally forgot, that I had the nail tape that I had ordered from Amazon a few months ago. So I was like, you know what? Let's just use that instead. So I decided on this cup that we were gonna go with a purple tape just to really accentuate the cup. Then after that, I used a like silver holographic, and it came out beautiful. So this is what you do. You basically apply it, and then you can go in on the V's on the bottom and you can cut it just so that it gives you that perfect V shape. So you're basically going to do this around the entire cup. You can basically do whatever theme that you want, whatever color theme that you want. I decided because the cup was colorful and the glitter was purple, I wanted to use a holographic purple tape. So here once I've applied my first color of tape that I'm going to use, I went in with my X-Acto knife just to kind of slice off the excess because I did not want to fight with it later. And now you get to see what it looks like once you've applied your first decal of tape. Well, nail tape, whatever you want to call it. It's colorful. And it's definitely a lot easier than vinyl. So here I put it back on my turner arm so that I could go in with my Crystalac glitter glue adhesive with a paintbrush and basically just seal the cup one more time so that when I layer epoxy on it, just to seal it, I don't have to worry about my tape coming up and you won't have to fight with that later. So sealing it is gonna be your best bet. It doesn't have to be a thick layer. You can see that I am brushing it super thin, and we will let that dry in a few hours, and then we will apply our epoxy, and in a few hours you will have a cup that is totally finished. So here we're just going to take our X-Acto knife and kind of just clean off the top a little bit. And, you know, you'll basically be good to go. I do love using CC DIY because most of the time doing a cup like this, I do not have to sand because it ends up just becoming this beautiful finish and it looks like glass. And there you have it, a beautiful triple V-split tumbler. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also tag us on Instagram so that I can see your results that you've ended up making this cup. Have a great one. Thanks for watching.